Hi everyone, thank you for joining me in another executive interview. Today I'm joined by Ravi Nahapan and Tushar Mohan, co-founders of Rolo Robotics, a company that is revolutionizing the food and beverage sector with AI and robotics. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me today.
Rhythm, a real pleasure to be with you today.
Likewise, Rhythm. Thanks for the invite.
Let's dive right in. Ravi, I'll start with you. So, you've built the world's first autonomous fast food kiosk in just 4 months. That is truly amazing. So, can you walk us through the key innovations that made this rapid development possible?
At its core, we see a future where humans and robots really work in harmony, right? And when Tusha and I came together in December of last year, we challenged ourselves to say, look, let's go back to first principles. Let's solve the basics. Let's use the technology that's evolved over the last couple of years. And given Tusha's domain experience and my food domain knowledge, we realized that we could make magic, right? So the 4 months, I think, reflects that. We've had incredible leads and interest in what we're doing. Clearly, the pain is real in the industry. Specifically, of course, I would say we've got a wonderful team that's been able to deliver at scale in the past and work together. I think there's a lot of that. And of course, the innovation that's happened in robotics, automation, AI is, of course, accelerating this adoption and the ability for us to develop fast.
That's truly wonderful, Ravi, and a very impressive speed to market. Now, speaking of which, your company has already secured partnerships with industry giants like Panasonic. So, how do these collaborations accelerate your growth and market penetration strategy?
Great question. So for us, Rhythm, we looked at the entire value chain of, from manufacturing all the way to deployment, right? And we have identified partners that we would like to work with to help accelerate that. So, and it starts all the way from academia. So we've actually have partnerships with two of Singapore's leading universities to ensure that we've got the right talent coming through our funnel, whether that's interns, whether that's permanent staff, from kitchen equipment with Panasonic. We're developing platforms that can actually control their equipment, which is, again, very, very exciting. From robotic arms, we're working with companies around the world, from China, Korea, Denmark. So we recognize what we're good at and what we're not so good at. I think that's always something to adopt in business. And for us, we've realized where our strengths are and where we need to tie up with the best-in-class partners to be able to deliver fast and at scale and also reliably.
Absolutely. Well, that's wonderful, Ravi. And we can see very clearly that partnerships are very crucial in this space. And you've got great partnerships you're working with. Now, you've mentioned a global crisis in the food service industry, particularly around labor and cost. So, how does Maya, your autonomous fast food systems, specifically address these challenges?
Again, I think that really sets the macro problem today, Rhythm, or the challenge, right? So for us, prior to working on Rolo, I have 10 years of experience in the industry. So I know firsthand the pain it is to entice individuals to work on Friday nights, Saturday nights, when they should be with their family and so forth, right? So historically, when I used to interview young talent, it was very clear. They would tell me I make more money on TikTok than I would be working in the restaurant, right? So I think the wages are going up. There is no doubt about it. And everywhere in the world, that is the case. It is a universal problem. So we recognize that with Maya, we need to address not only the labor issue, which is existing, and I think the stats are in the US, there's over a million job openings right now, which is staggering, right, for the F&B sector. So we took sort of a deeper approach to this, which is to say, how do we solve for freshly prepared food, at the same time allowing for personalization and customization, and thirdly, enabling convenience. And the convenience aspect was really addressing more than just the labor challenge, but also the real estate issue, where rent and labor represent typically 40 to 50% of the P&L. And hence, by providing the solution, where Maya's, 35 square feet, fully autonomous, she's now learning how to cook other items like fried rice, pasta, dispense salads. So, she's becoming what I call a full stack chef, right? But the economics of the problem remain the same, which is labor and rental. And what we're really excited about is being able to provide value to customers again and consumers, where prices can remain low. We then have more money in our wallets to do the things that we really enjoy.
Amazing, wonderful, Ravi. And it's fascinating to see how technology can address these industry wide issues. Now, Tushar, let's bring you to the conversation. So, your team brings together expertise in both food and robotics, as Ravi explained. So, how does this interdisciplinary approach give Rolo Robotics an edge in the competitive kitchen robotics space?
It's an interesting question, right? So I think it's important to share a bit about what we have done in the past that gives us that edge. So I don't think it's just about food and robotics coming together. It's about what type of food Ravi has done in the past. At the same time, what kind of robotics I have worked in the past and the team. I think the fundamental commonality between the two is we have worked on brands that can be scaled, be it a food brand or versus be it a robot that has been deployed in the real world in multiple countries. So whenever we talk about robotics at scale, deploying a hardware software product is already a challenging one globally because each country has different compliances issues, regulations are different. Same goes for food. Food safety regulations around the world are different. So when we came together, we approached the problem from a scale problem from day one, rather than saying that let's build a product and eventually we'll figure out how to scale, how to do the ops, how to do the maintenance, etc. So that was the baseline hypothesis when me and Ravi came together for that journey. And that also translates down to the team. The team we have are people who have deployed systems globally, both hardware and software. We have chefs who work with us who understand food from a virtual brand or a ghost kitchen perspective, where they know how to create recipes for the delivery workflow or for the self pickup workflow. So how do we cook food? How long do we cook food? So I think when we came together, it was really merging of these two parts, where there's a food science element, there's also the robotics element. Then obviously it comes with all the other experiences like Ravi knows all the suppliers, so we can actually fine tune the recipes. He understands the market of kitchen equipment. We can integrate with companies like Panasonic or others, where we can have those conversations much easier. On the robotics side, we also have team members who have worked with other hardware software companies before. They have a strong network of both manufacturing and compliance teams. So it's really, we're trying to build the ecosystem together where like Ravi mentioned earlier, the things that we are good at, we double down on it. The things which we are not so good at, we work with industry leading partners, and that's how we manage to do it this fast. And also, we believe that's our competitive edge.
Wonderful. You answered that question very well, Tushar. And definitely your expertise, along with Ravi's and your teams, certainly seems like a very powerful advantage. Now, I understand that you're planning expansion into some diverse areas. So, with your planned expansion into the mining industry, catering, and high density housing areas, how adaptable is your technology to these diverse environments?
To answer that, I would like to touch on the fact that what we are essentially trying to do is to bring mini kitchens, fully self-sufficient kitchens, closer to consumer. So how we have approached this is we are building the kitchen first, and then we are adding kitchen equipments into it. So to simply say the system or the architecture is highly modular. So we solve for all the kitchen related workflows first, talk about fire safety, air quality, oil filtrations, food hygiene, inventory monitoring, order management. So we have tackled our fundamental tech stack tackles all of those solutions, and then depending on each industry or each deployment site, we customize the cooking workflows. So for example, in the mining industry, The request is more on off-peak hour demands, versus in, let's say, housing, it's more of 24/7 demand where you want the consumer to get food prices to be cheaper than what they would eventually order on delivery or any other third-party vendors. So each of the deployments has a bit of customization, but the system modularity allows us to easily switch or add and remove the subsystems accordingly.
Well, it's truly very impressive to see the versatility of your technology. Now, Ravi, coming back to you, let's talk about the future. So, as you seek funding, how do you plan to use the funds to accelerate your growth and increase your valuation in preparation for future funding rounds?
So, I mean, maybe investors won't like it when I say this, but we don't focus on valuation as a company too much. We really want to focus on building a great business, right, with strong unit economics, strong fundamentals at its core. Of course, with the financial capital, we're able to leverage our social capital and our knowledge capital in the industry, which is what I think Tushar and I really bring together. But I would say the first thing with capital, or rather with the funds coming in, is to add the few members that we feel that can really step change our technology stack, right? So really it's about people that are going to deliver our vision at scale. And we are selective with the people that join. For us, I think it's about optimizing for talent and fit rather than just many people, right? That's the way we look at it. IP is a big thing for us, so we realize that the technology that we develop needs to be protected, and of course, so that intangible value is important to us. And of course, then finally, it's rolling out of the system. So we aim to deploy with this funding 18 units across Singapore and Australia. And so we're really excited to invite individual investors to join us on this journey.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Ravi and Tushar, for sharing your insights with us today. It's clear that Rollo Robotics is at the forefront of a significant transformation in the food service industry. Now, for those watching this interview, if you would like to get in touch with the team at Rollo Robotics, please see the details at the side of your screen or in the description of this video. Once again, thank you, Ravi and Tushar, for coming on, and I wish you guys all the luck with your venture moving forward.
Thank you so much, Rhythm, for having us.
Thanks, Rhythm. Have a great day.
Yep.
Thank
Take
you.
care.